Hello, hello. Peace and victories. Let's dive right into another episode of Reactions with Greatness. Yeah, baby.
Question.
Hi, I'm Deanna.
Hey. What's up, Deanna?
I'm from Orlando/Tampa. Okay, so my question is, where does the wife stand when you're dealing with baby mama drama?
Okay. How about this? Who comes first? Who comes first?
Wife.
Your wife.
Your wife?
Wife.
Your wife.
Okay, let's be more specific. Who comes first? The baby mama or the wife with whom you have no children with?
The wife. It's still the
It don't
wife.
matter.
All right, explain why, SD.
It don't matter. You become one with your wife.
Thank you.
Your baby mama.
One of the most important things and foundation of when you enter into that covenant of marriage, whether it be with the piece of paper or not, you put each other first. That way you always got somebody to lean on. And somebody always has you to lean on. Your person.
That's your baby mama. Now you handle your business with your kid, and a woman that goes into the life of a man like that, you should not have to go in there and set boundaries. He should already have the boundaries set already when you
Let's
get
go!
there. All right? Listen to me.
Let's talk briefly. Thank you for your question. Let's talk briefly about loose boundaries when it comes to parenting. What is a no-no when it comes to co-parenting that you would say is disrespectful to your spouse and our girlfriend?
Calling all times of the night.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
For nothing. All right?
Yeah.
That's why as a man, you gotta have your stuff in order, ladies. When y'all date dudes with kids, if he's a real leader, it's gonna be structured and in order. Everything. His kid, his baby mama, she ain't gonna be able to call there all times of the night. That's a no-no. He ain't got it together.
Richie?
I want to say, as a single man, I don't have any kids, but I've, of course, dated women who've had children. Of course, introducing a man to your child prior to, of course, telling the man, of course, of the father of your child that you're about to do so. I feel like a lot of women run into that because I don't give a fuck, this is my baby.
Oh, let me ask you this then. Okay, I got a good question. And we talked about it briefly on one of the other episodes, but I want to stick this down to an answer. Do you feel like your baby mother or baby father has say-so in who you choose to date?
No.
No, but he does have the right to know who the person is, their character, their intentions, etc., etc.
Hell no.
Not.
And to block that is foul.
Say so, but
No,
not say so.
not at all.
I do think, not say so, but I do think if you want a healthy co-parenting relationship, then they, of course, you should attempt to develop some type of relationship.
If you want a healthy co-parenting relationship, you don't block your co-parent. You communicate.
Between that,
You can attempt to develop some type of relationship, but half the time y'all relationship not even good before you bring extra people up in the motherfucker. So no, I don't need permission either.
Okay. All right, one more thing. So when we go into inappropriate boundaries, now, is there a world where it's ever okay to spend the night?
No. I knew you
We don't even need to finish the damn question. Don't even finish the question.
Get the motherfucking question out.
Ace so full of shit, y'all. Ace be like, but it's Christmas.
It's
And they all need to be together.
I have said it once, I will say it again.
No.
Nigga, if you spending the night, get my blanket
Blanky, bitch. I'm spending the night too.
Oh, yeah, we gonna go. Yeah, all of us gonna be in the house.
There's never a reason for you to stay the night at your co-parents' house.
I'm about to
You
say.
can go over there at 6 o'clock in the morning to pretend like you was Santa Clausing it up or whatever it is you want to pretend to be doing it. No.
Now-
No.
Now, is there a limit when you're dating? Let's say you meet the most ideal person, right? They connect with you spiritually, mentally, emotionally. He or she hitting that motherfucking spot, right? All right, the spot. But he or she has the most horrible baby mama or baby daddy drama.
Nope.
Well,
That'll fuck up the whole
Is that a
relationship.
deal breaker? Is that a deal breaker?
That's a deal
Breaking
breaker.
deals.
Why, Kitty, why would you say that that's a deal breaker?
Peace is imperative. Peace is important. Do not disrupt my peace. Because then we gotta go to war.
Jesus have mercy.
That's chaotic right there. Like, you don't want that chaos coming from somebody else's situation to enter your situation. I mean, let's be real about it. I have to, if I'm making decisions with you, if I decide to do something, if we navigate life and stuff like that, I have to deal with the drama that comes with it. So you break my peace. Why would I want to invite somebody into my life who's going to break my peace?
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. I love you. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the entertainment. But when I'm
Thanks for the
looking
dick.
at the future and the quality of this relationship, it's going to be shitty.
Do you agree or disagree?
I only disagree because my situation was kind of like they were a little bit toxic in the beginning, but we figured it out together. And now we all have a book together called Co-Parent Like a Boss, where we talk about the ups and downs of co-parenting and how we got through it.
That's beautiful.
So that's the reason. But I also know that we are the exception and not the rule. I just wish that as a people, I think it really comes from our elders. Like when I remember when me and my husband's baby mom started being on the same page, like our like moms and aunts and stuff were the ones that were the toxic ones, honestly. That was like, oh, why are you trying to be buddy, F her? My baby mamas and them wives don't get along. No, that wasn't y'all generation and y'all era. She's healing, figuring it out, moving past the romance of the relationship. He's doing the same. They both have moved on romantically. What's the issue with us being cool and co-parenting and making great memories for our kids?
Co-parenting can work out if there's no feelings involved. Okay. If both of y'all care about the children, if both of y'all care about the child, then there's no issue. The problem is we be harboring these feelings, this anger, the resentment, the bitterness from the relationship, and we can't even think straight, which is why we can't co-parent.
And it's understandable though, like having that anger, the bitterness is understandable. You have to talk about it and you have to work through it.
Absolutely.
Because honestly, 9 times out of 10, you don't have a kid with someone not to be together. So the pain that you go through after the breakup, the hurt that you go through.
I would say 7 times out of
When you
10.
say 9 times, because these people be fucking. They got a kid together because they be fucking. You say 9 times out of 10. I'm just questioning your statistics.
No,
But you be fucking,
usually,
but once you find out you're pregnant, and you decide to keep the child, and you're going through the
She
motions,
decides to keep the child.
and y'all both taking them ugly ass pictures at JCPenney's because we finna be
Exactly.
We finna be
Burberry
together
shirt.
with the Burberry shirt and the bulletproof vest.
Once you set this story up and this scene of, oh, we're gonna be together, we're gonna build together, and the same BS keep happening, and you have to stand your ground and leave or whatever, it doesn't work out. That's some heartbreaking shit.
But is it tough? Let me ask the audience this. Is it tough to watch? Right now I'm directed to the women, but brothers, vice versa. But it's just hard to speak for both on this one. Is it hard to watch the man you love and that you gave a child to move on and find somebody else? She said, "Fuck that nigga."
Y'all lying like fuck.
Get his ass out.
Ace.
Hey, I heard
Okay,
Kiki.
wait, look.
Hold on. I heard Kiki broke up with her boyfriend.
I just want to say.
Did y'all hear that?
Ace,
Florida got savages.
Ace,
Hold on.
Hey,
I just want to say that goes to show how many of y'all was just fucking somebody and had a baby with them.
No, can we just touch on this for briefly?
Let's touch
on it.
I'm not gonna say the name. I think I just said the name.
You did.
An R&B singer went to an Usher concert. Did you see that video she dropped yesterday?
Yeah.
What the fuck, Keita? I was up here defending her ass. And
I'm still defending her.
You cool with that? They done broke up.
I feel like they was broken up before that shit.
I agree.
I really do. I feel like they was.
I agree.
They had problems before that shit because she was up there doing a lot.
Let me say this.
What a loser.
I'm gonna add this. I think when you know it's bad, my first tour I did we stayed in Airbnbs, right?
Yeah.
Never again, but we stayed in Airbnbs. And one time I was in the Airbnb and I seen a roach just crawling his ass just across. It's just so fucking bad. It was in
Where are you going with this?
It was in Florida. Shit was crazy.
Oh.
Anyway, okay, I'm just playing. But
That was a water bug.
But let me say this. I said that to say this part.
Don't get me started about them doggone water bugs. They roaches. They giant roaches that can fly. PTSD. Imagine going for an oven mitt and you put your hand in the oven mitt and then one of them big old giant suckers start crawling up your arm. That was a long time ago, and I look in every oven mitt to this day, and I will for the rest of my life.
Oftentimes, when you can see one just chilling, you know it's about 100 you can't see, right? If one just minding his business, chilling, not even worried about it, there's a whole bunch under the couch. I think when it comes to relationships, when you can't hide your problems from the public anymore, to me, that's how I know that there's a deeper issue. In that specific situation, when you went public, when that public feud, it gave me signals and hints that behind closed doors, it maybe is a lot more.
But you know, I feel like with any of these public relationships, everybody has problems. There is not one perfect relationship. So what happens is, when it's public, then now everybody see your problem, say, couldn't be me. It couldn't be you doing this, but you doing something else that you know could be questioned. So
Yeah, but that's his fault though.
Whose fault?
That's the guy's fault in the situation we talking about, because he never should have took that to social media.
Fact.
He should have. A real man gonna wait till his woman get home. He ain't gonna mess up her day at the concert, and then when she get home, he gonna be like, "Baby, come here."
But I felt like he felt like since you disrespected me publicly, then we gonna bring it to the internet.
That's not the way to do it,
he felt.
Dad, now you're gonna be picking up your
Not the way to
kids
do
on
it.
every other Wednesday and twice on the weekend. Like, that shit is just heartbreaking. Now, I want to get back to this this baby mama, baby daddy, this nucleus. So one of the things I want to address before we move on, because I know we have mothers on the panel and we have a father on the panel. So we'll take turns.
Man, that was a crazy rabbit hole. I had forgot about that for a second.
To the women on the panel, what is something that you wish men understood more about motherhood? That you think that maybe they don't have a good grasp on?
That we need your support 100% after we have the child. That's when we need you to be supportive. We need you to understand that, yes, my body has changed. We literally gave birth to a human being. So, I might not be fun anymore for this brief amount of time.
It's common sense. Pick up a book and read it. You don't even have to pick up a book these days. You can go to YouTube. You can go to your TikTok. You can go to it's so many different avenues to absorb knowledge these days. If you don't care to absorb knowledge, then don't be mad when somebody call you a dummy and ignorant and stupid. Foolish.
I may not want to have sex anymore, be very intimate, but I'm going through a lot of hormonal changes, a lot of mental changes, so I just need your support. A lot of the times, right after you have the child is when they, okay, you different, this is different. Yeah, nigga, I just had a child, so that's my thing. What about y'all?
Randy, what you think?
I think my main thing would be that a lot of the times after having a child, to the continuance of what Keita was saying, our hormones is different, bro. Like, I was just telling Keita and Kitty backstage, I don't feel like I was myself again, probably until about November or so of last year. My son is 3 years old.
That's real shit, though.
Y'all laughing, and I'm dead ass serious. Every one of you motherfuckers better buy a hat. But no, dead ass. I didn't feel like I was myself for real until more recently. And even getting to know myself again in this phase having to get to know myself, like, oh dang, I do like this or I do like that, because you spent so much time with your child over the last however many years. You lose focus of who you are and what you like and what you want. Like I didn't feel like I got dressed and put on clothes for a while. Like I got dressed today and was like, oh, I feel like I'm in my pop rock band again. Damn, this is lit. I feel good again. You feel me? So I think sometimes we don't necessarily know how to put in words how we're feeling. So pay attention to the cues. Pay attention to, okay, is she feeling overstimulated if she has the kid for a few hours? Oh, is she, her energy is a little bit off because the bottles and dishes aren't done. Step in where you see you can help. If that looks like cooking, if that looks like just, keep the baby at nighttime, step in and step up.
One of the things before I bounce it to Kitty is I find
Don't let
that
them get my claps off.
Clap for Randy. No. I find, and disclaimer, I don't have children, but I find a common complaint that I hear, and maybe you can speak to it when you've been working with couples, is that women feel like men don't contribute in the household as much with the kids. Like there's a portion of women that feel like that they're, like we talked about before, that they're single moms inside of a relationship.
Yes.
So Is that something maybe you can speak on?
Let me sit up a little bit for this one. I want to say this to the men so y'all can better understand what's really going on with us women. We are mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually exhausted in motherhood, okay? The domestic labor falls on us, and we know that society goes by traditional roles, so a lot of the household deeds fall on the women. But for us we constantly have to be attentive to what our children need when they're sick, when they look like they're about to become sick, their education, their emotional well-being, them learning, their coping skills. This is all of everything that we are paying attention to. On top of loving our children, we're trying to find spaces to be able to love ourselves. On top of trying to create safety for our children, we're looking for safety and security within ourselves. And sometimes because of all of the expectations and obligations and burdens and the load on us, we can't find that safety. So we turn to our partner, and sometimes in our partner, because they resent us so much for the transitions that we have faced in our motherhood, we can't find safety with them as well. So you have to be able to extend some type of grace. Okay, you have to be able to extend some type of grace, and that's what we mean when we say we want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to be understood, we want to be validated. We need you all because we understand that mentally, psychologically, men and women are not the same. We understand that, but as a partner, we need you to try to step into our shoes, see it through our eyes, hear it through our ears, feel it through our heart, so you can better understand where we are coming from.
And that's tough.
Facts.
Shout out to my husband.
You'd be able to experience that if you were there.
And you're right, because one thing that we do, and I had to learn as a father, because for men, it's so tough for us to step into y'all's shoes because naturally we aren't built like to be nurturers of children. So it's tough for us to see what you all are going through and what you all actually have to do. And you really don't get to do that as a man till you have that kid on your own.
I don't necessarily agree with that, and that's naturally built. Maybe you need to add a little more context to that. Naturally built through society, but we all naturally possess the skills and the ability to do so if it was just taught and nurtured to us at a younger age, like it is. I'm quite certain it was to certain men. And like it is being taught right now to these days to certain young men, to be that nurturer, to be that well-rounded man. Just my opinion on that one. What do you think? Drop a comment below.
And y'all are separated, and you taking them and you trying to learn and be a good dad. So as men, we have to, you know what I'm saying, give some grace to you all.
But you know what? That's interesting that he said that, like, we don't really learn that until we on our own with the kid and we separated. Yeah. So there is no moment where you're in the household with the child that you can learn that shit.
Can I give you a rebuttal real quick?
No. I'm not talking shit. I'm not talking shit.
Real quick, I say that because a lot of times fathers are they're giving structure, discipline, guidance, and they also providing in the household. So they doing other things. A lot of times it's not hands-on as much as the mom. Not saying that they can't. Not saying that
But
they
it's just
can't.
that in 2023, being in, a dual income
not saying that they
household,
can't.
women also have to work and do other shit as well.
I understand, but you also built to be a nurturer too.
Hold on. We got
Who
people.
built us to be nurturers?
We got.
God
Can I
built you to be
please
that
just
way.
say something about that,
Kitty
please?
did Richie. Kitty.
All right, okay, and y'all follow me on this one.
Okay.
If you ever put a little boy and a little girl in the same room, pay attention to the type of toys that
Yup.
person tells them to play with. Little boys are more when it comes to spatial reasoning. They play with toys, they put blocks together, they play with cars, they play with policemen and little military toys and stuff like that. And then women, when they put toys in front of women, we're playing with dolls and little kitchen sets and things like that. So they train
Society.
us to be nurturers, and then they train the boys to be protectors, and so it's a conditional thing.
Too busy letting society raise the kid, raise the child, instead of you raising the child. But you and that action and that desire to do that action was instilled in you through society, probably through your parents and your experience. It's just an ongoing cycle and a plan that is working for the most part. But open your eyes. You are the prize, men and women.
It's something that they have been conditioned to do. And that's why it's very important when you enter into a space in a relationship, you really need to understand roles. You need to talk about your roles and your preferences because we have been conditioned to be that way.
I agree. Richie?
Can y'all stop complaining about being women? Oh my God.
When y'all niggas, hold on.
Oh my God.
Hold on. When y'all stop complaining about being men. Absolutely. When y'all stop complaining about being men. Absolutely. We have to be leaders. We have to be providers. So when y'all stop complaining about being men, absolutely we will.
It's, oh my God, we had to carry the baby. You, the only one that can do that shit. Sorry to break it to you. Oh my God, I had to breastfeed. Guess what, baby? It's one person that can do that shit.
Well, actually,
Fuck that.
because
Fuck all
men
that.
can lactate under distress.
Y'all are complaining about literally the only.
What?
Yes,
What?
yes.
Hold on.
Hi.
What? Say that again.
Lactation consultant Randy Reserve.
So we gotta be under distress. Under distress. So you want us under distress, and then to provide, and then to be present, and then to discipline, and then to nurture. I mean, I get it. I get it. Be everything, be everywhere.
You'll step into the building. Yes. Fun fact: men can lactate if you guys are under enough stress.
Y'all ever
So get
lactated?
them titties to
Hey,
popping, nigga.
You ever lactated?
I ain't never lactated.
I haven't.
I ain't never lactated.
Not from my chest, but
My nigga.
This nigga.
Don't be nasty.
All right, hold on.
This is
Hold
a
on, hold on,
serious
hold on.
conversation.
sure it is.
Hold on, going back to this point, because I want to hammer this in, something you brought up. And I do think that is,
Serious
understand the
statement.
difference between an excuse and a factor. All right, so I'm not giving excuses, I'm just saying factors. To your point, you're almost chastised or made fun of if you are holding a dog growing up. You're chastised if you're playing with toys that seem domestic. You know what I'm saying? And that's reinforced by our parents as well. And then to go a little bit further, a lot of us grew up without fathers in the household.
bathroom break there.
So I didn't see a male figure doing male things with me as a child. I saw my mother, and not just men watching, observing that. Women observed that as well.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Is it easier to blame the parent that's there then? Like, so when we talk about single parenting and especially single mothers, right? Is it easier to say you didn't do what you were supposed to do because I could visually see it like I was there, rather than say, you know, place that blame on the person that left, on the parent that left?
The blame does usually fall on the lap of the parent that was there, because that's the person that gets the crap, honestly, the energy.
Because it's easier?
Yeah, because they're there to give it to them, from the child or from society. From the child's perspective, yeah, they give it to that parent, because who else, they can't give it, they gonna yell at air. Dad, why are you not here? Dad's not here to be yelled at. So
but with that same sentiment though, when they do show up for graduations and whatnot, right? I made a video I'm like, hold on, the deadbeat parent or the parent that wasn't there that shows up for these graduations, they get the praise, they get the, oh my God, it's you. And I said, you know, for the other parent that may be a little triggering.
Right. But
and,
that,
you know,
that happens a lot, even in couple relationship where we live in the same house. A mother will be there all day doing the ins and outs, the diaper changing, this, that, the feeding, this, that, and other. Dad come home with ice cream and, oh my God, Dad is home. And then it's like, so I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna say this.
No.
Dads are cool as fuck. Let's not take that away from us.
I'm a period dad. That's
right,
it.
cool.
That shit is not real.
Moms are cooler. Let's just put that out there.
All right. Now, transitioning forward. I want to go back to that in the household, though. To the men that are watching or on the panel, especially SD. When it comes to fathering our own children, not donating sperm, but actually being fathers, let's have an honest conversation. Is that a place where we as black men can do a little bit better? SD, is that a place where black men can do a little bit better?
Absolutely. We all know the plights that we have in the black community with the young men going to jail, committing crimes and all these here things. They typically don't have a dad that's around giving them that guidance and discipline and structure. So, of course, we can do better. But I also want to say that according to the studies, that black men that are actually there, that's in and outside the household, do better than any other race of man, according to the studies that are done. So we're doing a good job, but we always can do better, and it's up to us to hold the men accountable that's not around taking care of their kids.
Well, I gotta push back, and I'm glad you cleaned it up. The black men that are actually involved tend to be the most involved. Right. So I agree when it comes to helping, teaching, rearing. I do agree. However, we represent the largest percentage of absent fathers. And
so when you ask questions like that, like it's not a very deeply nuanced question, you just place blame on niggas who are actually here. There is fact of the matter is that there's a systematic oppression against black men to make sure that you niggas cannot stay in your home. So the fact of the matter is that when we're walking around attempting to be fathers, and then the only thing that's stated is, you niggas ain't around, there's a very, very specific reason as to why these niggas not around.
I don't
What is the reason?
Sometimes.
Mine, placed in jail. No big deal. There are many are being killed. Literal, what do you call it? The welfare system, where of course you're not allowed to have a man in the home. If y'all make this amount of money, you cannot, of course, put your child in these schools. Redlining, blacked out felony charges. So
Richie!
Y'all turned on Dr. Richie.
Man,
I just want to say that, granted, the white man didn't come in the house and say, hey, come here, you're going to jail, nigga. That's not how the shit goes. Of course, you put yourself in a bad spot. But the conversation that needs to be had is deeply nuanced. Stop placing blame on black men as if we literally had a baby and said, fuck this baby.
Some niggas.
It happens.
Some niggas. I mean,
but they do that. They know. Sometimes they know ahead of time.
Hold on. Okay. Let's.
Maybe.
So a woman gets pregnant.
Yep.
Tells the guy. He says, I don't want anything to do with this child. If you had this child, I'm not gonna be involved. I'm not gonna be a part of it. and she chooses to have that child anyway, is she agreeing to become a single mother in that moment?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like,
My kind of
I
girls.
think
Hell no.
She said
she
not
is
legally.
choosing to be a single
She said
mom.
lie legally. Okay.
Hell no.
I think, and this is an unpopular opinion. This is an unpopular opinion, but I believe if you're not married, I believe you're choosing to be a single mom anyway. And I'll tell you why. Because if you found out you was pregnant and you did not want to be a single mom, you can go and make a choice not to be a single mom completely independent of the man.
So you're saying have an
if you
abortion.
can, hold on. So if you can independently choose not to be a single mom, that means in contrast, you chose to be a single mom.
When you chose
That's
to
the way it
ejaculate in
goes.
that woman, you chose to be a father.
I'm
You
just
chose
saying.
to be a fucking
But
father.
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, we talking about
No,
we talking about you being
we talking
an
about the
active parent.
choice. We talking about the choice to become
That's
a
it. That's
mom.
all.
That's what we talking about.
So, hey, okay, ladies, have y'all ever seen a man's face when he's nutting? Question. Is that a face you want to trust with a lifelong fucking decision? No. Listen to me. What I'm saying is that the face
I'm just
you
so
wanna
confused.
trust? My point
I'm
is.
so confused
my
because
point is,
men are the most logical, you say. Men are the leaders, you say. But then these logical leaders can't practice self-control.
Lose that stuff because the blood is no longer flowing to the brain as well as it was before. I don't think women have their blood being disrupted during the arousal of sexual activity. I mean, other than unless when you're on your cycle or whatever. But it's still not immediately getting sucked from your brain right down to, other parts of your body.
I'm confused. Can somebody help me? I'm so fucking confused. Can somebody help me?
Keita, you ain't been in coochie
Self-control
before.
with what?
You ain't been in
What are we
coochie
self-controlling?
I'm just confused.
What are we self-controlling?
I don't want my leader to just be out here fly by night and making decisions that they don't stand behind. I don't want a leader like that.
Well, then you should make better decisions on the guy that you
Well, who the
choose to
leader is?
open your
Okay.
legs up to, correct?
Right? Hold on.
Right?
Let's talk about
Because
that.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
A loser, a guy like that's gonna walk away after he make a kid,
Absolutely.
he been a loser. He didn't
Absolutely.
start to become a loser when he got with you.
Absolutely.
He been a loser. So you chose to open up your legs to a loser and then complain about the loser later? Don't get upset. Don't get upset.
But wait a minute.
Pay attention.
Take your time. Abstinence. Get to know the person. I don't know. It's rare, I'm rare.
Sweetheart.
Hell no.
Pay
Because we've had a
attention.
conversation. We've had a conversation where you said that sometimes men will start families. We've had a conversation where you said that sometimes men will start families. Once they see the responsibilities, once they see how it really is, they decide later along the line that they don't want to be a part of it and they leave. That is what you said. So if we start off doing well, we're communicating, we're having a child, we're building a home, and we've made this jump, and you decide after the fact that you no longer want to be a father. Well, hell, I didn't know you were a loser then. And that's what you said out your mouth. That's what you had said. So.
I just want to say maybe, and just maybe, the baby and the baby mama are not cool. Like,
Say that again.
All right. What's going on? It's your boy Ace Metaphor, and this is the Tonight's Conversation podcast, all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. Make some noise! All right, listen. We coming back with another question and answer session. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. But I got trust in our first question. All right, because she won $100. You got to make sure you get your money. If you don't tell me, I'm gonna forget. what's your name? What's your question?
My name is Jaya. I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut, but I live in Tallahassee. So my question is, I broke up with my ex 6 months ago. Haven't seen him, haven't heard from him, but I seen him in a club. He showed up at my house.
Showed up at your house?
Yes. No call, no nothing. What do I do? What do I
So
say?
you didn't file the police report yet.
Okay, hold on. Police? Come here, go to the mic.
Yes.
Did you fuck him? Huh?
Wait a minute. You got a little too silent, baby.
We did not. We stand 10 toes.
She set it up. She said, I ain't seen him. I ain't talked to him. I fucked him that time, but other than that.
So look.
Hey.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
Okay.
And I want everybody, Kitty, I want you to jump in on this. Is there a world where people say they have boundaries or say that they're over someone, but their actions prove otherwise? And is it possible that when we are inconsistent with our boundaries, we're sending mixed signals that may confuse somebody about our interest?
Yeah. So most times whenever you set boundaries, especially when it comes from a breakup, most times you're just doing it because you're trying to manipulate the person, just to be real. You're trying to get somebody to comply with you. If you're a person who sets boundaries and then this person is able to still have access to you, it wasn't a boundary that you actually set. That was just something that you were doing, and you really probably only did it to make yourself feel better or to cope with the situation, but that wasn't a boundary that you placed.
Let me add this, Randy, I got you next. Let me tell you this, from my male perspective, anytime you tell me if I do this shit, it's over, and I do this shit and you don't leave, I know I got you. When I learned that you ain't got the power to leave, shit, now I'ma really be acting a fucking fool, right? You always entertaining these hoes, and I found out you can't leave, I'm gonna be doing this. All right? Now, Randy, Randy, my question to you is this. When it comes to breakups, what's your best advice for somebody to stay broken up?
Number one, don't definitely give them no more coochie. Okay?
But what if the dick is good?
You gotta get you a toy that's good. You gotta get you a toy that's good. No, but for real, let me tell you, because I know breakups, like it was the situation that I was in before I got married. It was the most toxic situation ever. But it was like I could not cut it off. I could not break it off. And I know you're not gonna be able to do it until you're ready to do it for real. But you have to stand on something. Right. And those something got to be your feelings, right. your boundaries, right. your morals, right. and your experience. If this person has given you an experience that's shitty, why keep on experiencing that?
And I think another thing that we don't realize is how you allow somebody to treat you is a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself. Right, so we like to say things like, oh, but he has good dick, that's why he disrespects me, and I'm cool with it because the D's real good, but we need to dig a little deeper to figure out why we're attracted sexually, mentally, physically to somebody who degrades or disrespects us.
I want to say, as a man, you speaking from a man's perspective, you don't want to be the girl that I know I can do something to, and all I gotta deal with is your mouth a little bit, and in 2 months you'll be over it, so on and so forth. You don't want to be that because you're gonna go through a lot more. There are women in here who will say, this nigga put me through years of this shit. You had the first time to stop it. You had the second time as well. So if you go through years of something, you wanted that shit, and he knew, and that's why he continued to give it to you.
I won't say you wanted it, but if somebody took you through something through years, you held that person's hand and went through some shit for years because you chose to be there. Yeah. When somebody do something the first time, I'll give you the grace. Okay, cool, that might be a mistake. But the second time, bro, that's a choice. I'm not fucking with it.
I'm Judge Joe Mathis. A bitch got one chance.
Now,
and she's doing crack, and we're done.
Now,
I know a crackhead when I see one. I'm from Detroit.
Nah, but that's true, and I want to offer this counterpoint. There are some men and women, but we're talking about men right now because you asked a question about a man. I don't want the men to be like, damn, I knew I shouldn't have came to this shit. But look, but there are some men that just want to prove to themselves that they still can. I still can have access to you. I still can have access to your body. If I see you moving on, I can still bring you back from that new blessing that you're hoping to get. And what I am saying is, yes, oftentimes y'all ask me, why do men do this? Why do men do that? And my simple answer is, because you let them. And listen, I'm not saying that there isn't any techniques that men use or whatever the case may be, but if you didn't want this man in your life, he don't have to be. So what I want you to realize is your power in this situation, that you don't have to answer the door. You don't have to answer his calls. You do not have to let him in. You do not have to take your drawers off. You do not have to lay down on the bed.
Hold on,
you do not, no, she said, no, hold on.
Not too much.
All right, so now,
Not too much.
Trip Fontaine, what would be your best advice for someone going through a breakup though, that's struggling? Like they're struggling with maybe finding their self-worth again. They're struggling with maybe regrets with the decision that they made, and they're thinking about settling or going back. What would your best advice be to that person?
Keep struggling. No, I mean those who have the endurance to get to the other side of struggle are the ones who actually heal and move on. The struggle that you're going through is the process of grieving. It is the process of readjusting. It is the process of relearning yourself. Like a lot of things come with process. A lot of things come with struggle, and that struggle is actually the refinement process of getting to where you say you're trying to go. So if you say healing is where I'm going, bro, it's going to be a struggle to get there if where you're starting is broken. If you say I'm trying to get to never talking to this person again, I'm trying to get to reorganizing my life without this person, bro, if they was in your life for 10, 15 years, that's going to take a lot of work. It's going to be a struggle to actually remap your life, because not even just the feelings, like just practically speaking, this person was a major part of what you had going on. So like, endure the struggle. Continue to choose struggling for a better right now, as opposed to going back to what's comfortable and going back to, because that's what you're doing when you going backwards, is you choosing comfort. Absolutely. Even if it's chaotic, even if it's painful, like, because we get used to uncomfortable situations, so we choose that sometimes.
Kitty, did you have?
Yeah, let me piggyback off of that real quick. For anybody who is going through a breakup or has gone through a breakup and you still struggling, you need to realize when you are volunteering your mental space to that breakup, if you are still thinking about, I love this person, they treated me so well, I want you to look and assess the quality of that relationship. Did you feel heard? Did you feel seen? Did you feel respected? Did you feel acknowledged? Did you feel appreciated? Could they communicate well? If you look at the quality of that relationship and your life satisfaction, and you realize I wasn't even pursuing my dreams because I was chasing after you so much. I wasn't getting my needs because I was constantly trying to fulfill your needs. You have to look at that relationship and you have to tell yourself, this is where you have to trick your psyche and say, it just was not good for me. This was a poor quality relationship that I allowed myself to stay in. You got to extend compassion to yourself as well. You can't beat yourself up because you are human, and we all have a human experience. You made a mistake. If you find the lesson in it, it's easier for you to move on. But don't be telling yourself it's because I missed them, because as soon as they come back, you're going to feel the same way. I'm not seen, I'm not heard, I'm not loved. You're gonna go through that same cycle, and why would you abuse yourself to that?
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. So we got another question. What's your name, what's your question?
Okay, I lost my voice, but it's okay, all right?
All right, go ahead.
My name is Faith, I'm from Houston, and my question is, as a man, if you're in a new relationship, do you disclose if you've ever been like engaged or married before to that new person?
I'll speak on it.
You sure? You was confused for a second.
Hope so.
I was like, I didn't know if people.
They in my business.
Who's the
All right, so look.
Who's the man up here?
I absolutely, in my opinion, I absolutely think transparency lays a great foundation. Too often we are getting to relationships, and unknowingly, by keeping these secrets at bay, we are not giving a person a choice to choose. That information is valuable to another person. Now, it might be minor to you, because you can say, well, my divorce was 12 years ago. It's over. I didn't even view it as a real relationship. But that other person needs to know, okay, well, maybe this is something that may sway my decision based off of your track history. There are things that if you really love somebody or you want to pursue somebody, you got to give them the opportunity to choose. Because what's love without choice? Like, even think about it. I don't want to get too biblical because it ain't Sunday yet, but God loves us because he allows us to choose them. And oftentimes we do the opposite when it comes to love. We take people's choice away. We don't tell them to make it bigger. Sometimes we make mistakes in relationships or poor choices, and we hide them from our spouses. We hide them from our partners, and we don't give them the ability to choose to forgive us and choose to stay. If you do something in secret and you keep it from me, you are lying to me.
No.
Yes.
Here
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that, friend.
I was with this nigga until that end part.
All right, Richie.
Transparency, of course, is being clear about things. If you don't ask me something, I don't gotta tell you shit.
That's lying by what is it?
Hear me out.
Damn, lying by omission.
There are things that are owed. There are things that are owed to to your partner when you are dating in a relationship, so on and so forth. I agree. If I'm married, I'm gonna disclose that information. A fiance, maybe.
I need to know.
I mean, because then she gonna want me to propose to her too, and I'm just proposing all over the place. What I'm saying is, me personally, when I'm dating, I don't owe you shit. You met me, you asked me a question, I'm gonna be honest, I'm an honest person. But I'm just not up there like, oh, by the way, yeah, I got 17 bitches. Like, you didn't ask me the number.
So do you think omissions are lies in relationships?
Absolutely. And people want to go about things like, the past don't matter. Your past absolutely matters. I need to know if you were the Green River Killer in your past life niggas, period. So I want to know about baby mamas. I want to know about engagements. I want to know about all that. Not to criticize you or break you down for some of the things that you went through in your past, but just to know who I'm dealing with.
Fontaine, what you think, Trip?
So I don't disagree in that there are certain things that you should absolutely disclose when you're dating somebody, but to Richie's point, it's also certain things if you don't ask, at what point do I bring it up? You know what I'm saying? Like it's guys who done had some what's a good way to say this on camera? There are men who are former black market employees who
what a smooth way to say criminal.
Who changed their lives for the better. Who actually was just in it to make sure they could stabilize something, make sure they could take care of their family, and they don't do that no more. What's the proper point to tell you I was doing that? What's the proper time for me to tell you, like, hey, I was out here, like I was really getting to it a certain type of, unless you ask me that. That's not really information that I'm probably gonna volunteer just out in the open on the first date while, you know what I'm saying?
But can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Why not volunteer it on the first day if this is something that you've gotten past, right? Because I feel like a lot of the times we don't want to give out this information because we have some shame in there. Like you feel ashamed of your past.
It's a timing thing. This is not about shame. Believe me, that's not how I want to frame it.
Okay.
Most dudes, especially the ones who made it out, are not ashamed of it. It's almost like a got you, nigga. Nah. But it's more of a timing thing. Like it could be a woman with a past, right? Sorry, trigger warning to the ladies who may have gone through this. If a woman was in a relationship where physically she may not have been the safest, you feel me? Right. At what point is it proper to bring that up to the new man? It's not about omitting anything. It's like, when do I tell him that my past it got some bruises on it?
In your example
you know
that you just gave, immediately. Because that man needs to know how to handle that woman. And that man needs to understand that woman's wounds. On top of, she needs to understand her wounds. But only in the example that you just gave. When it comes to physical assault or, SA, that needs to be something that you disclose and you talk about damn near up front. Like, FYI, I've been in that position before where I've been sexually with somebody that I've given consent to and just been triggered because of a position or triggered in that moment. So you have to let people know what they're dealing with, and they might not want to deal with that.
And I will go as far as to say is whatever triggers you need to. I know you use that, only for sexual or assault and other things like that, but I say whatever triggers you, no matter if it is your past, no matter what it is, should be talked about immediately.
Absolutely.
These are these hard conversations, and I know I see your face, and I feel like people don't want to disclose that because what will they think of me? But we need to get it all out there. This is the reason why we're dating people that we're not compatible with. We're holding half of ourselves back. They don't, you don't, you're not. That's a good point.
So not to belabor the point, I just want to offer a counter opinion. I think it's unfair to shed off all the burden for us to ask questions that we would be concerned about. If you have your own deal breakers, these are questions that you need to ask because you're assuming that that person has the same deal breakers as you. So they may not have that as a deal breaker, so they don't think it's important enough to bring it up to you. But you know it's important enough. So I think we have to have the responsibility. If something would be or sway our decision about getting a relationship, we need to ask it. Now, I do want to say this other part though. I struggle with this conversation because she was talking about before getting into a committed relationship, right?
No, y'all are in the relationship already.
Oh, okay. So.
Oh, what the fuck? What don't you know?
So, what's your interview
Wait.
He
process
committed
like?
to you and he won't tell you if you got a fiance?
All right, now don't attack me. This was for my friend. Now this for my friend.
My bad, as a
All
homegirl.
right, but thank you for your question.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Now, the only reason I say to rebut your point of just a tad bit, you have to know and be confident that this other person can be trusted with a secret that deep or a wound that deep. And sometimes that take a while. What I mean is I may be comfortable enough to proceed in certain areas with you, but we're not talking about getting married. We're just talking about, let's see if we exclusively dating, let's see if we vibing. And right now it may not be safe. I don't feel safe enough yet. It doesn't mean I distrust you, but this thing is delicate to me and I just don't tell it to anybody, all right?
Unless you're somebody like me that puts it in books.
Yeah, sure. All right, now listen, here's the question. Is it cheating or not? Your spouse or significant other gets a massage by a person of the opposite sex. Hold on, whoa, I didn't finish. The masseuse gave them a completely appropriate massage. However, your partner orgasmed during that massage. Is it cheating?
All the ladies saying no. Only women are saying no.
That's not cheating.
Now imagine.
That is not cheating.
Imagine, ladies.
That's not cheating.
Hold on.
That's definitely not cheating.
Hey, my mans. Your woman get a massage by a dude, and doing a massage, she hitting this on him. You cool with that? Is she going back to that masseuse?
She can't go back.
No, hell no.
Which just shows.
Only women are gonna say no.
between like regular massage, therapy places, and the people that be getting the little sexy massages down in Jamaica and on Instagram. Every masseuse ain't picking your leg up and getting up in there and doing all the fun.
But I need to know. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, you ain't.
I'm not mad about it, but I need to know what spot she touched that made you nut that quick.
My husband though.
Like, I'm not mad about it, but what the fuck did she touch on you
All right.
to make you nut that quick?
Is he allowed to go back?
No.
Okay.
Can I go there to learn?
I mean, getting a massage for a half an hour, it ain't really that quick. An hour, it ain't really that quick. 2 hours, it ain't really that quick. Hour and a half, that's not quick. I don't know. They might have them out there, 10-minute massage, 15-minute massages, whatever, but those don't seem like the legitimate massage parlors to me, because the ones that I've been at and that I have researched have always had a lengthy amount of time. I mean, maybe the minimum 30 minutes. But, that's an appropriate amount of time for a massage if you're a busy person, but you still need, to get your muscles relaxed.
What she did.
I did that because I know where your mind went.
Real hard.
To help me.
I'll go learn.
I need a class.
All right, what's your name? What's your question?
Hi, my name is Sade, and I'm from Friars Point, Mississippi.
Everybody look to your left, right, say shh.
Mississippi in the house, period. But me and my husband, we've been married going on 2 years in October. Congratulations to us.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Josh, my baby back there. Prior to us being together, which we've been together for 4 years, we both was in toxic situations. Mine's emotional, his was all over the place. However, my question is, as you talking about different conversations about deal breakers when it comes to like what would lead you to divorce. For me, cheating is not a deal breaker. Okay. For him, one and done, he done with me and going right over there to sign on papers.
Did you cheat?
No, this is like early conversations.
Okay.
This the thing, and I don't plan on cheating, and I don't want him to cheat. But I feel like if we really look at how many marriages would be done if they left at the first.
Oh, I got your question.
Right.
You know what? Let me ask the panel. First, I'm gonna ask. Hold on. No, I'm gonna rephrase it. Now, I'm gonna ask the audience. Would you Hold on. Let me ask the goddamn question. Would you enter inside a relationship, a lifelong relationship with a person that will be one and done if you cheated on them?
Yes.
All right.
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So now my question to you is this. Do you think, though, let's talk transparently.
Right.
Do you think that the act of cheating, let's say it's not habitual, though, do you think that that is something that disqualifies the other jesters, or does that prove that somebody didn't love you, or does that fact matter?
I don't think that it proves that that person didn't love me, but I know that it proved that they didn't love me the way that I needed to be loved.
There you go.
You
There you
didn't
go.
love me in the capacity in which I needed to be loved.
There you go.
When we sit up here and we say, well, cheating is not a deal breaker for me, it's because you can tolerate that. When we get into relationships with people, we function through what we can tolerate. I can't do the cheating because I'm gonna be at Kroger like, this nigga here. 3 years later, right? And if I know I can't tolerate it, if I know that I'm not gonna be able to forgive you, why string somebody along? A lot of times we say, oh, I forgive you, but we're still being spiteful. We still doing a little petty shit. We're still trying to get back at that person and revenge cheat. It's about what you can tolerate.
I think it's important it's important that both of y'all knew what y'all deal breakers were. If you're saying one is not necessarily okay, but you feel like you can get past it, that's fine. If he's saying, of course, that one isn't, then that's the case. That the reality is, of course, what it is. Some people can look at something and handle that situation, and some can't. The fact of the matter is that inside of relationships, the only person that has to deal with these things are you. So if your deal breaker isn't, of course, this man going out one time, you don't have to tell this to your friends. Her idea of what this nigga did and what she did to him has nothing to do with your relationship. So inside of it, it's all right, I can take this, I can stomach this, I can move forward. He's telling you that it's better for y'all, because if he's saying I can't stand with it, then y'all relationship's gonna be fucked anyway after the one and done.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question. I got a question, Kitty. I got a question for you, but I want to ask the audience this: is your man sending a female friend over $500 considered cheating?
Yes. Hell yeah.
Wow. Like, what if she had, let me finish.
Wow.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
What if she's had a long week and he's like, hey man, hey, here's a spa day, go relax or whatever. Like, cause they friends.
Can we take a...
Just like the last subject, it's all about the individual. Communicate with your partner. Communicate with your partner. And be honest and be open and be transparent. Because when you open the door and you give a platform for something like that, if you didn't say something, then it's your fault. And if you did say something, then you have that clarity, you have that openness. I know when I do things like that, when I've done things like that, I let it all out. Done. Let's move forward.
You said, wait, hold on. Because at first I was thinking like, okay, he was going to say maybe she having an emergency, a family friend we didn't grow up with. You telling me you want to send a bitch to the... No, look at me.
No, not a bitch,
Look at
a
me.
friend.
No, hold on.
A
Look
friend.
at me. Look at me. You telling me you want to send a bitch to the spa hun bun? Nigga, you outside your motherfucking mind. Hell no.
Period. You can't send that bitch 50 cents.
I can't care about...
You cannot buy that bitch a box of lemon heads, nigga.
I can't care about my friend's mental health.
Hey, so me personally, I would have got on Groupon. And sent her to the spot.
Groupon. All right.
No, somebody up here said something though that I wanted to acknowledge. She said in the question, in your question overall about men cheating versus women cheating, and someone said that men can dish it out, but they can't take it.
That's not true.
Hold on.
That's not true. That's a lie. We're smart.
I don't think that's it. And a friend of mine actually brought this to my attention, and if she wanted to say it was her, that's cool. But I don't think that men can't take what they dish out. I think that men stand on higher standards.
Absolutely.
I think that I'm sorry, ladies.
Listen,
I think that because we literally We run with struggle love like it's a flag. Like, we love it. We advocate for it. We've been through so much. We've been together for 18 years. He did this, and this, and I'm still here. You proud of that shit. You chose to stay in that situation. You chose to stick that out. You know, that it's not something to...
I think it's really important when y'all say men can't take what they dish out, is because I've set a standard for you already. The woman that I can fucking marry, that I'm 2 years in a marriage with, I looked at this woman and decided that this is not what she is. She would not do this to me. She loves, cares, adores, whatever be the case for me, and this does not align with her personality. So if you go outside and do some shit that I don't see inside of you, then why would I stay with you? I married something else.
Now I'm gonna fight back, and maybe Trip, you can say that. I think that's convenient. No offense. I think that's convenient to say, but I think it ignores the amount of men that are putting up with bullshit inside relationships, because maybe they're attached to their family, their kid. They know if they leave that family and kid, they wife, they leave their family. Maybe they don't have other options at this point.
You always say when they leave their wife, they leave their family. Men can still have access to their kids.
It's not the same access as when you in the home, though.
I got 2 kids that I'm helping to raise right now that I ain't pushing out.
You a healthy woman. That's probably fair.
I haven't always been healthy.
All right, let's sit on down. Let's talk about this. I know we're at the end of this episode, but I want to sneak this in. It is a very real fear to men, because attached to a breakup, it seems like men get assigned more blame. They seem to suffer more consequences when it comes to the division of property and when it comes to the separation of children. So my point is, there's more incentive for a man to put up with bullshit inside a relationship. There is this inherent thought that just because women have a vagina, they're not the toxic one in a relationship. And there are... The niggas like, hey, for real.
Say it again, Ace.
Say it again, Ace. Repeat it. But so
Okay.
No offense. I think that's convenient to say, but I think it ignores the amount of men that are putting up with bullshit inside relationships, because maybe they're attached to their family, their kid. They know if they leave that family and kid, they wife, they leave their family. Maybe they don't have other options at this point.
You always say when they leave their wife, they leave their family. Men can still have access to their kids.
It's not the same access as when you in the home, though.
I got 2 kids that I'm helping to raise right now that I ain't pushing out.
You a healthy woman. That's probably fair.
I haven't always been healthy.
All right, let's sit on down. Let's talk about this. I know we're at the end of this episode, but I want to sneak this in. It is a very real fear to men, because attached to a breakup, it seems like men get assigned more blame. They seem to suffer more consequences when it comes to the division of property and when it comes to the separation of children. So my point is, there's more incentive for a man to put up with bullshit inside a relationship. There is this inherent thought that just because women have a vagina, they're not the toxic one in a relationship. And there are... The niggas like, hey, for real.
Say it again, Ace.
Say it again, Ace. Repeat it. But so to transition back, the court. But
the court would treat y'all like criminals. I'm not gonna hold you.
So to wrap this up though, is there, I'm not gonna say a misconception, but is there a empathetic view for men not being able to stand on their standards, because there are men in relationships right now that are getting treated poorly, but they don't leave for whatever reason, and they don't get the sympathetic ear that maybe a woman would in that situation.
Wait!
She says,
Sit your ass out of here.
She meant that shit too. She said it was so much force.
She said it from the chest.
Don't deserve a man now.
I'ma just tap in quick, and then Kitty, you can have it. I just want to take one step back to this idea that men can't take what they dish out. Okay. That's one of the, it's one of them things that sound good, but once you start to really unpack it, it's low-key dumb. Because a lot of people can punch hard that can't take a punch to the jaw. I don't know why people think the ability to inflict pain is somehow reflective of the ability to take it. like when we talk about this thing where men suffering in relationship, it's a whole lot of women that take up a lot of emotional space in a relationship, but couldn't take it at all if a man started to assert his space emotionally, which is why we get called sassy now, right? Men are attempting to hold emotional space in relationship, and because we do it, we sassy. Men are attempting to hold space in the sense that we want to be valued, and we call sassy. So who can't take what they dishing now, right? But you can punch hard emotionally, but you can't take it. So this whole men can't take what they dish, bro. Who likes to be in pain? Who likes discomfort? It's people I know that love to fight. I don't think they want to get hit in the jaw though, bro. It's probably the offensive part. You know what I mean? So this whole thing, that's one of them things that sound good because. If the shoe fit, go ahead and wear it. I ain't even about to preface. It's one of them things that sound good because the women who've been affected can collectively come together and point their finger. There's a way to avoid accountability for a whole group of women to say that men can't take what they dish out. No, baby, you didn't stand on your standards and he got you again. And the shorty that's next to you didn't stand on hers and he got her again. And now y'all got y'all little men can't take what they dish fan club. You wouldn't even have to say something like that if you was one of the women punching back. But let me not encourage toxic behavior.
So basically, cheat back.
Stay healthy.
Cheat back.
He didn't say that.
Cheat back.
He didn't say that.
I'm saying the women that stand on their square and the women that cheat back ain't the ones out here complaining.
That's real.
That's real. I think, but to Randy's point though about standing on standards, a lot of us women are used to and conditioned to take, like what she said, that struggle love. So no, we don't stand on it. So we are conditioned to take that and stay in a relationship. Whereas we've heard men say, "I'll leave them, I'll duck them, I'll move on," and we've seen it. Yeah. We've seen men not be able to handle a lot of the emotional distress that they put on women. That's what we've seen.
The word not being able to seems a bit dirty.
Well, I'll change it then. I won't say not being able to handle, but they do not stay and stand there and
as they shouldn't.
As they shouldn't, right. But
that's my point. That's my point. So I shouldn't take this.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to leave. So you're going to chastise me for not taking something I shouldn't take.
It's not. It's awareness.
Yeah.
You're not taking it. You're not going to stand for that. You're leaving as.
So you're going to punish me for your inability to do
I'm
it.
talking to women though.
Okay.
We need to stand on those same
Ladies,
standards.
be more
that
like
goes
the
back
men.
to Randy's point.
Final point.
When we start talking about how women are leading the numbers and initiating divorce and things like that, let's bring it back to this conversation of standing on your fucking standards. I'm proud of y'all. If y'all don't like being cheated on, and that's past your capacity, leave them. Good job.
Because while you sit up here and say, well, we're chastised because we leave. We're chastised because we get chastised with 70% of divorce. These women are leaving. These women are unhappy in their marriage.
So not like, especially if you're married.
And that's another episode, folks. Thank you for tapping in with me. If you made it this long, I appreciate you. Drop a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in